Hey polish fans, it's Caroline again and welcome to another video here at Wild Moon Lacquer. If you're new here, welcome. Today we are going over a really fun collaboration called My Winter Nail Polish Rack. This is going to be done by a whole bunch of YouTubers, so make sure to check the list down below for everyone that's going to be posting videos. I'm sure we're going to see a lot of really fun colors and I'm looking forward to seeing what everyone else has posted. So these are the colors that we're going to be going over. I've got about 1.5 nail swatch rings that I've swatched. So let's jump in to the polishes that I've pulled for my winter nail polish rack. The first one is this beautiful soft green from Julep. This one is called Shiloh, and this is a very interesting green. It is this sort of light dusty sage, and if you look closely it has a bunch of this shimmer in it, and the shimmer is sort of this greenish gold with a little bit of blue in it, and I think a little bit of pink. It's really rather unique. I really like the softness of this color. It does definitely wind up being a bit gray green on the nails, which I think is really nice for the winter time. So a nice soft leaning color to start out this winter palette. So that was Julep's Shiloh. Next, we've got sort of a lilac blue from KB Shimmer. This one is called Hugs and Wishes, and this one is definitely being a bit washed out on camera. It is a beautiful sort of dusty lilac lavender, and on camera it's definitely pulling a lot bluer than it is in person. On the swatch wheel you should be able to hopefully see that pinch of purple coming through, and then later on when I'm swatching a very similar color here on this China Glaze, you'll notice that this definitely by comparison is going to look much purpler. So it's a beautiful color. This one is just a basic cream, but I like this tone for wintertime. So that again was KB Shimmer's Hugs and Wishes. Next we're going into a topper. This one is from OPI. This one is called Snow Globetrotter, and this one it just screams winter to me with those white hexagonal glitters in there in a bunch of different fun sizes. You've got some pretty large ones, although that one actually looks like it's got a bite taken out of it. And I really like the mix of this with all of these iridescent glitters. I find it looks really fun on the nail. In my swatches you're going to see it also placed over the KB Shimmer. So hopefully again you can see there that purple tinge to it. But this one I thought would look really nice over a whole bunch of different shades and sort of pull in that winter theme. So this is the first topper that we're looking at for my winter nail polish rack. And that one was from OPI called Snow Globetrotter. Next we've got this beautiful one from Bee's Knees Lacquers, and this one is called A Ghost is a Wish, and this is another really beautiful color. This is sort of this smoky grayed out mauve, and it's got a beautiful shimmering glow in it. I don't believe I got that to show up very much on my swatches, but it is a really beautiful flash in the bottle. This is another one that I feel is washing out quite a bit on camera. It is definitely a pinky leaning purpley mauve. On camera I feel like it is leaning much more sort of towards mushroom, and it's definitely got that purple tinge to it and that flash. I do see it coming through on the swatches in person. It just didn't really show up all that well, I feel, on camera. But another beautiful wintry color from Bee's Knees Lacquer, A Ghost is a Wish. Next we've got this beautiful China Glaze. This one is called Glamletics, and I really thought that this was a very nice sort of brighter color to pull in for winter. It still has a tone that I feel works really nicely for the winter time, but it is a little bit more on the bright side as far as other colors that I've been pulling. So this is a nice periwinkle blue, and if you look closely it also has a beautiful glow to it, kind of like that Bee's Knees did, where it's got this purple glow to it. Beautiful color. This one looked really beautiful in the swatches. I love how it turned out. This one I think I'd like to pair with one of my white polishes, either the OPI or perhaps wearing it with this fancy gloss that'll be coming up next. And I've been seeing a lot of really fun winter themed manis on Pinterest, and a couple of them did pull brighter tones like this and then sort of tone them down or pair them with other wintry colors like white or a glitter topper, and it definitely looks wintry. So I'm excited to try that. This one again was China Glaze Glamletics. Up next is this one from Fancy Gloss. This one is called December's MP 2016, and this is a really beautiful frosty color. It is a white Crelly loaded with that green shimmer, and it sort of shifts to a pink. And then what's really fun and wintry about this is all of those shards or maybe tiny bar glitters that are holographic. Really fun on the nail. That glow is very spectacular and very prominent. Definitely a color that lends itself to wintertime, and I love how this one looks. I believe this was one of the first polishes that I wore that was in the white family, and it really opened my eyes to how much I actually enjoyed wearing them, and so I have been slowly but surely adding a few more here and there to my collection. So this one was Fancy Glosses, December's MP 2016. Next, we've got the deepest color so far. This is from Zoya. This one is called Stacy, and this definitely turned out way darker on the swatch that I thought it would. In the bottle, this definitely is sort of a medium to dark berry tone. On the nail, and especially in the swatches, it definitely comes across looking a lot more like a really rich garnet. Now on the swatch video, I do think it was darkening it up quite a bit. It's not that dark in person, but it is a very, very rich tone on the nails. This is another one that is just a simple cream, but I find that I'm really liking those for the winter. So this one was, again, Zoya Stacy. Next up, we've got another fun topper. This one is from Wet n Wild, and this one is called Stick It to the Man. Now, what I really liked about this one for winter is actually when these glitters are matte. So what the glitters are is actually a mix of metallic blue glitters with some iridescent glitters, and it's easiest to see it there on the swatch wheel when it is matte, but you can see it up there in the swatch as well. And I really like the combination of those. And as you can see, when it is mattified, it just screams winter to me. So I'm excited to try that perhaps over a white or perhaps over another light blue and sort of get that wintry look on the nails. So this one again was Wet n Wild. Stick It to the Man. Up next, we've got Tonic. This one is called Chasing Concrete, and this one does dry down to a matte finish. Really beautiful and definitely a nice wintry shade. It is a very, very light gray, and what is really beautiful about it is loaded with a red to green shimmer as well as flakies. Look at all of that. It is really beautiful and soft on the nail. I did wear this one a couple of years ago and really enjoyed how it looked, and I think it'll look absolutely gorgeous in the wintertime. Another one that is kind of similar to this, except it also has glitter in it, comes from Lollipop Lacquer, and that one is called Temperance, I believe. So I almost had that one in my winter nail polish rack as well, but I was really trying to pare it down and not have about 50 nail polishes for the winter time. So this one again was from Tonic, and it was called Chasing Concrete, and this is, I believe, the only one that is going to dry down naturally to a matte finish, but I do want to try a matte top coat on quite a few of these colors, I think. The next is the only magnetic polish that I've pulled for this winter nail polish rack. This one is from Contrary Polish, and it's called Cocoon Galaxy. This is a really lovely, almost cornflower denim blue. And what's really beautiful is the magnetic pigment that is in there is going to pull sort of this coppery silver. And then you've got some shimmers in there as well as some micro fine glitters in there. It is a really beautiful polish. As you can see there, that glow to it is quite nice. So I believe what you're seeing is the copper flash. That is that magnetic pigment. But on top of that, you see that rosy flush to it. That is another layer of shimmer. So it's really beautiful. I think this tone is perfect for winter, and that magnetic flash on it is going to look really beautiful. I think what it will be fun to do is sort of mess around with the magnet on your mani and have each nail be uniquely magnetized. So I'm excited to play around with that one. Again, that was Contrary Polish Cocoon Galaxy. Up next is this beautiful jewel toned green from Essence. This one is called Say My Name, and this one is a really beautiful, rich, almost tealy green. And as you can see from the cap indicator, it is a shimmer polish. So if you look closely, you can see some of those shimmering particles coming through. This is another really deep, rich jewel tone on the nail. It definitely came out a bit darker than I was anticipating it being, but it's a beautiful color. I think this is another one that I would like to try mattified, but it's a gorgeous, gorgeous color. And I will say I am impressed with the brush of these Essence nail polishes. I really like how easy it makes it to apply the polish to your nail, as I'm definitely a wide brush girl. So this one again was a beautiful color, one of the deeper jewel tones that I pulled into my winter nail polish rack. I'm excited to try this with a few of the softer colors for a beautiful winter mani. So this was from Essence, called Say My Name. Next we've got another soft color, this one from Deborah Lippmann. This one is called Message in a Bottle, and this one I think turned out much lighter on the nail than I was anticipating it being, at least in that first coat. The first coat was very sheer. This was the first polish that I did 3 coats in, but a beautiful color once you layer it up into 3 coats. It is a beautiful sort of blush colored holographic. It's almost as if that holographic particle in here is a little bit on the copper side. I'm not sure if that's actually what it is, but on the nail it sort of has this rosy copper glow to it. It's really, really beautiful. I really like the depth of this color, so this one should be a nice one to add for a winter mani. And again, that one was by Deborah Lippmann, called Message in a Bottle. Up next we've got the only metallic that I've pulled from my winter nail polish rack, and this one is from Zoya, and it's called Aretha. This is a very beautiful sort of light to medium toned purple, and it is in a metallic finish. It does have a little bit of issues with brush strokes when you're painting it, but that is fairly easy to level out and keep straight as long as you apply it carefully. And what I really like is this adds a little bit of a brighter tone to the other colors that I've been pulling for my winter nail polish rack, while still keeping it in a bit of a winter theme. So I can easily see this put together with like a white topper or a silver holographic topper, and I think it'll look very nice for the winter. So again, that one was from Zoya, and it's called Aretha. Next, we're going to look at another KB shimmer. This one is called Now and Zen, and this is a beautiful icy blue holographic. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. What I really find fascinating about the particles that are used in this holographic is they're almost like tiny bar glitters. I'm not sure if that is going to come across, but you see that? It's really beautiful. It's pretty awesome. I really love how that looks on the nail, that flash of that holographic. So what's really neat about this one is it's not just a standard blue holographic. If you look at it from a certain angles, you can see a beautiful pink cast to it, and I think that does shift. So I really like this. Again, it's another frosty color for winter. So again, that one was from KB Shimmer, Now and Zen. Next, we've got one of my favorites, sort of a rosy mauve. This one is from Kiss, and it is called Silence. And it is absolutely beautiful. The swatches of this impressed me a lot. I think I might want to wear this color next, in fact. It is a basic cream polish, but the tone of this is really, really lovely. It has that dusty tonal quality to it that I really love, and it is a bit on that grayed out mauve purple thing that I really like, and it just looks absolutely beautiful. You can see in the swatches again that this one has a really beautiful brush to it. Really enjoyed application of it and cannot wait to wear this one. This is another one that I think I'm going to want to pair with some other colors in a really fun winter mani, so I cannot wait to try that. And again, this one is from Kiss, called Silence. Next is another topper. This one is from Never Enough, and it's called Care of Magical Creatures, and this is a really fun topper. You've got a nice clear base loaded with a bunch of these translucent flakies, some holographic particles, and some linear holographic. So it is a whole bunch going on in here. Really fun on the nail. In the swatches, you're going to see me put this over the Essence color, Say My Name. And I really like how it turned out. You can definitely see the rainbow coming out. Very fun color, and again, just perfect for winter. I think those translucent flakies add a very nice icy touch, and I can't wait to play around with it. So this one again was from Never Enough, Care of Magical Creatures. Next, we're going to look at this one from Delush. This one is called Nautical by Nature. This is a really beautiful deep blue jelly base loaded with these white hexagonal glitters, and then you've also got these blue metallic glitters and blue hollow glitters. And then if you look really closely, you're also going to see that there are some smaller particled shimmers and micro glitters in sort of an aqua. I think you can see them sort of shimmering over there. Now this was definitely a bit more on the, even more on the jelly side than I was expecting. So if I wear this, I might end up putting it over top of a dark blue to get started with a good base color so that these white glitters definitely have something to bounce off of. But it is a really fun polish. I will say I did have to sort of dig around for these larger white particles, same as I did for the OPI, but I thought it was a really fun polish for winter, and I was kind of surprised by everything that I was seeing in the swatches because, to be perfectly honest, I didn't really see the smaller particled glitters in the bottle. I was mainly seeing the blue and the white, so it was a pleasant surprise to see those come out to play on the swatches. And this is another one that I applied in 3 coats, and it definitely was still a bit on the squishy side, so that's why I would say I would probably want it over a dark color to begin with. That way it's definitely nice and dark and rich. So this one again was from Delush, called Nautical by Nature. Next is another one of my favorites. This is from Zoya. This is called Vesper. This is one of my favorite color families to wear. It is a rich but dusty color of purple with a touch of gray into it to sort of lend itself to that dusty coloration. I really like how it looks. It is a beautiful cream polish, and this is another one that I think is going to look very nice paired with some glitter toppers or some other lighter colors to lend itself to the winter side of things, like perhaps a nice creamy mauve like this, and perhaps a white accent nail. Definitely excited to try those out because I haven't done those type of manis with these colors just yet. So this one should be really nice. I will say I would like to get the wider Zoya brush, as I definitely do not like the narrow brushes that Zoya has. However, they do still work, but as far as color and formula goes, I do think it was really nice. And again, that one was from Zoya, called Vesper. Up next, we're going to talk about this one from Pretty Serious, and this is called Undercover Mermaid. This is a really light, sort of putty purple color. On camera, I do feel like it's washing it out ever so slightly. There is a pinch of a purpley pink color to it, and what makes this one stand out from the other colors that I could have pulled in this color family is the fact that it has these green flakies in it, and it has some shimmer in it. So it's a really beautiful color. That definitely is subtle on the nail. I don't think it's going to flash too much on it, but it'll add a nice depth to the color as well as perhaps show up in the sunshine. So it's a very nice color, and like I said, it is very light. The first coat that I did of this was very, very light. I did get a hair there on the nail swatching ring, so I did have to sort of do 2 coats at once, but it did layer up quite nicely and turned into sort of this light mushroomy purple color, which I thought was really beautiful. So this one again was from Pretty Serious, called Undercover Mermaid. Next is another one of my favorites. This is from Stella Chroma, and it's called Who is the Drizzle. Now I have worn this one before, in spring manis, but I thought that this one would look absolutely gorgeous with some winter manis. And in fact, it looks amazing with the two polishes down here together. I think that might have to be one of my next manis. It looks absolutely gorgeous, perhaps making the green next to it in a matte. But I really love this color. It is this creamy white base loaded with this multi-chrome flaky and some holographic glitter. It is stunning. I love this combination, and I love how it winds up looking on the nail. For my spring mani, how I described it was sort of like crushed up flowers in the white base, but I somehow find that this works equally in the wintertime because it is sort of that cuddly sweater color for some reason. That's what it makes me think of. And these rich multi-chrome flakes look so beautiful. Again, this is another one that I'm really excited to pair with some of these other wintry tones to come up with some really fun winter manis. So that one again is Stella Chroma's Who is the Drizzle, and the formula on this was very smooth and very easy to apply. The next is from Kiss. This is a beautiful green polish called This Romance, and this color is so stunning. I really love the tone of this. It is this sort of eucalyptus green, a bit on the minty side, but what I love is the sort of dustiness that it has that sort of grounds it. It is also a creamy color, so it has that pinch of white in it to sort of lean in that direction, and I absolutely love how this one looks. Really beautiful cream color. This is another brand that I was very impressed with the brush on. Very easy to apply in just a couple of brush strokes, and I cannot wait to give this one a try. Like I said, the previous color, I definitely think these three might have to be my next mani. Really, really liked how those swatched next to each other. So this again was from Kiss, and it is called This Romance. And I got these at the Dollar Tree. Next is this one from Delush, and this one is called Lilybet. Now, I will say I think that this color may have faded in the bottle or something, because as you can see on my nail swatch ring here, it is definitely sort of this light pinky purple with a bunch of shimmer in it. But when I swatched it, it is definitely a neutral tone that is loaded with these iridescent flakies and a lot of shimmer. So that's mainly what came through on my swatches. It is definitely a lighter color than I was expecting, but look at that glow. That blue glow definitely is showing up on the swatches. It is a lovely color, just a lot more neutral than I was initially expecting, because I was going off of my initial swatch ring that I had done when I first purchased this a while back. But it is a nice color. I think it does still work with the winter theme. That blue flash definitely makes it sort of icy. So I'll be excited to try this with a few of the other colors in this winter rack and see if we can't come up with a beautiful winter mani. Another thought when I was swatching this was it actually might make a rather decent topper. So we might try it that way as well. Again, this one was from Delush called Lilybet. Next, we've got this beautiful color from Essie, and it is called Warm and Toasty Turtleneck. This is another of those beautiful sort of dusty purples that I really like. Leans a little bit to the pink side, but definitely still falls, to me anyways, in the purple family, and it definitely fits with its name. This is just so warm and toasty to me. Very cozy. This is another one that I think I'd like to try to pair up with some other wintry colors, like perhaps an off-white or a rich green, to try to keep this in the winter family, since this is sort of pastel leaning, but I really like it for winter as well. I think it'll look absolutely beautiful. This is another of the cream polishes that I pulled. Like I said, I was sort of filling the cream colors for winter. And again, this one was from Essie, called Warm and Toasty Turtleneck. Another one of the fun toppers that I pulled for winter is this one from Koki Cosmetics, and this is called Northern Lights. Now, I will pre-warn you on my swatches, I definitely didn't wait long enough in between coats, so it sort of ran and pulled towards the edges, but it is a beautiful topper. As you can see, it is positively loaded with glitters and shimmers in all sizes. The glitters are a beautiful metallic blue, and that shimmer sort of shifts between this pink and purple. really gorgeous. I definitely think that this is going to look nice over a bunch of different colors or as a really fun accent nail. So I really do like how this one looks. I just needed to be a lot more patient when I was applying it. But it is a gorgeous color, and as you can see, the glitters in there are in a bunch of different sizes. You've got some that are in sort of a medium hexagonal shape and size, and then you've got some going down not quite to a micro, but to a bit of a smaller size there. So lovely color. Can't wait to give this one a try, and it again is from Koki Cosmetics, called Northern Lights. Next up is this one from Poetry Cowgirl. This one is called Things Within Us, and I thought that this was a rather interesting one for winter. It is a very unusual sort of silvery white, loaded with a bunch of different shimmers and small glitters and even flakies. Now this one looks really nice on the nail, almost has this metallic finish to it, and everything in here sort of adds to a speckly look on the nail, which is really unique. This definitely stands out in my collection. I don't have anything else that this is even close to. What I find fascinating is the way that these flakies sort of show up as little bits of flakes of red in here. Really unique. So beautiful polish from Poetry Cowgirl called Things Within Us. Next is this one from KL Polish, and it's called 1435. This is another one of those really beautiful cream polishes that is a lot more complex than its finish would suggest. It is a very deep, inky denim blue, but that inkiness also has just a pinch of purple, which is not showing up on camera, but you definitely see it in person. It's one of those colors that's kind of hard to nail down because of that. It's really beautiful. And I love how this one looks next to the Poetry Cowgirl. I think those two complement each other quite nicely and definitely look like a beautiful, rich winter mani. So I might have to pair those together in one of my upcoming manis. And this is another brand that has a really beautiful brush. I love how it makes it easy to apply the polish, and the consistency of this was absolutely beautiful. So again, this one is from KL Polish, 1435. Now those are all of my official nail polishes on my winter nail polish rack. However, there is an honorable mention, and this is one of my prototypes at Wild Moon Lacquer, and it is prototype number 17. So none of my polishes have been released yet. That's definitely something that I have sort of put on pause for the time being, but I thought that this one would be a fun one to pull out and try in the wintertime because it's definitely got that icy glow to it. Definitely made me want to pull this out and try it this winter. So this is a really beautiful light, sort of icy purple with a beautiful blue glow to it. It's also loaded with these really large iridescent flakies in sort of this light rose gold coloration, and then some iridescent glitters in there. It's a really fun mix. I had a lot of fun putting this together. Obviously, being a purple girl, this was one of my favorites to be sure. So I cannot wait to give this one a try and wear this winter. So again, this one was from Wild Moon Lacquer, and it is prototype 17. So there you have it. These were the colors that I've pulled for my winter nail polish rack. Let me know which ones were your favorite down below. I know I definitely could have had way more than this, but like I said, I was trying to sort of rein myself in. I know I overdid it for my fall nail polish rack, and for that matter, for my summer nail polish rack. So let me know which nail polishes you have on your winter nail polish rack down below. And remember to like and subscribe for more nail polish videos here on my channel. And remember to check the links down below for everyone else participating in this collab. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in that next video.